Guys, welcome to the Garhammer. Garhammer is to strengthen the lower abdomen. You'll be able to do this hanging where you actually curl up, touch the knees to your nose, and then back down. Giuliani is going to demonstrate to us the Garhammer on the bench. So what we're going to do is actually coach how to do it. So for people that do this one, I recommend hands behind the head. This is where I personally find it easy for myself, because when you pull on as hard as you can, you engage your arms, engage your lats and your shoulders nice and tight. So this part's rigid, and so then we're going to bring the knees up to 90 degrees. And the goal is to dorsiflex the feet, turn the toes into each other, and this is to kind of take away from the hip flexors so we use the lower abs. Now, knees are at 90 degrees, for those that didn't do geometry. Dorsiflex, toes in the face. Now, cue here that I tend to find helpful is to exhale. This pulls this in as tight as possible. So that pulls in tight. And as you're doing that, we're going to curl these hips up so this angle of our thighs touches our nose. So Juliana's going to pull it up. So you can see she's extended her legs up, holds, and then controls down till her lower back touches the bench. She touches, and then pulls back up. Good. And controls back down. Now, if you find this a bit too easy, what you do is you bring your legs up a little further, so you hold this angle, legs up, legs out of it, and you hold this position and you curl from the pelvis, so the legs don't move. So if Juliana goes to compression, can't quite do it, she has to then bring those thighs in closer. So she's lost that position, and that's okay. Good, and rest. So she's going to hop up for me. Now, if you find this quite challenging, what you do is grab yourself some 20s or a step, and what we're going to do is slide these under the bench, hop back down. So this changes it to a decline, and you can do it two ways. If you flip around the other way, it's harder. If you do it this way, it's a little bit easier. So Juliana's going to hold that 90-degree bend. She's going to curl the pelvis from here. So 3, 2, 1. Let's curl. Exhale. Up, 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 and then control down slowly. So we can still see a little bit of deviation here. That's okay. To begin with, up. The way we're going to get around that is we're actually going to up fast, hold, bend the knees a little bit, hips up. So lift this up higher. So we lift this, and then we're going to slowly, eccentrically control on the way down. So we then pull the knees in closer, and then curl up. This is how we cheat it. Up. Then we lift the thighs up. That increases the lever length on those lower abs to control like 8 seconds down. Touch, exhale, pull it in, up, control, legs up, and slowly down. You'll start to notice she's starting to lift a little higher because it is a bit easier with that incline. Good, go again. Yeah, starting to get it. So you even notice strength typically is a skill. So the more you practice it, so if Juliana rests there, feet on the bench, give yourself a quick rest, about 30 seconds, and then we'll go again. You can't see it, but she's starting to sweat through her abs, which is good, they're working. They're crying a little bit. Very slow. Alright, and let's do that again. So she's going to use that exhale, up, good, hips lift. We're going to slowly go down. And back up. Good. So break into 3s, 4s and 5s. So give it time. With the plates here, I got 4 blue plates. If I have someone who can't do 4 blue plates, use cables or bands, just regress. So it's all about finding the right option so you feel confident when you're training. If you're feeling like, oh, this isn't working, it's alright. Shoot me a message, I'll show you some progressions, send me videos, give feedback, and rest. Good job. So Giuliani didn't quite get it on the first set, now she can hop up. She didn't quite get it, but she started to get it on that last one. So what we're going to do is, to kind of show you, this is our reverse. Let's have another go. So it's still the same Giuliani, still the same me, same hair, same dude, still crying in the abs. I'm crying from the armpits. Nervousness, and we're going to go again, and let's see if Giuliani has improved. Yep, and then controls down. So interesting enough, like, has she gotten really strong, like, short amount of time? Well, no, she's actually now working the movement. So for some people, they have this strength, because it's a new movement, as you know, if you revert back to the start of this video, Giuliani was like looking at me like, but now she's done it. She's like, oh, I remember this one. I really didn't like it a year ago. Still don't. But I feel like working it. Yeah. So Giuliani was just practice. So if you ever notice that you have one of those moments, do a few reps, do multiple sets, or practice that, you pick up that skill a lot quicker. So that is how you perform big Garhammer. Now, let's see if we can progress it. So let's help Giuliani back up. So you're going to do it the other way. So the way you make it easy for yourself is also the way you can make it hard for yourself. So she sets the other way, pulls on it. One thing to make sure is you're not pulling on your hair. It's quite uncomfortable. I wouldn't know from personal experience, but I've been told. And do the same thing. Exhale, pull it up. Yeah, nice. And then control it. Giuliani just did it, so I'm going to get a stop there. Just going to hop up. What we're going to do is we're actually going to bring Giuliani. So we're going to go over to the bar. I'm going to see Mason, our residential chiropractor. Yo, yo.
Hello.
And Romanoscos, the gangster, who's both training squats. So Giuliani's now going to come over. Giuliani's now going to step on the step for us. On the step, yep. And she's going to grab onto the pull-up bar. Let's go. Now, if you're able to do that Garhammer, this is what you start with. Hang, knees up, hold. Keep pulling your knees up as hard as you can. Pull your knees up higher. Just for 10 seconds. Give me 5 more seconds. I know you can't. You're tired. But this is how you progress. Knees up. 10 seconds. Constantly pulling your knees up as hard as you can. 4, 3, 2, 1 and done. So it only has to be short stints and then you can progress to that. So what we're aiming for is legs up to here to begin with. And once you're able to do that, you can do pronated, but I prefer neutral because when we're pronated, shoulder tends to come forward and we want to set it back so it's easier. So from here, hold, and then pull up, slowly back down. Again, the feet aren't doing this, they're turned in, up, back down. Okay? And once you're able to pull it up enough to the chest, a few times, you'll get to a point where you're able to pull yourself back more, and that's when the knees can come up towards the face. Okay? That's where we're going to warm up. That was hard, but just one rep. But start with the Garhammers, adjust to suit you, and this is why we hold onto that bench, because we're kind of training ourselves to start to hold onto a bar. So when we come to that bar, this has already been worked. It's only based off the strength of this. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy.